Hey, hi, and hello. I am Troy the Art Boy, and today I'm going to be designing yet another unconfirmed experiment from Lilo and Stitch series. So, I want to do something a little bit different for this video, just kind of change things up. And normally, around this part of the video, I would go over how this project is organized and the different categories of experiments. I'm going to not really do much of that today. I will say today's video is a part of a larger project that I'm working on with a friend of mine over on Instagram. Their account's name is Lilo's Library, and we're just trying to design each and every unconfirmed experiment. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward, right? So, the only thing I will say is that the names for this experiment and all the experiments I've been working on come directly from the end credits of Leroy and Stitch the movie. So, these are canon names. It's just my job to come up with a function for these experiments. And I'm gonna try leaving it at that. If you like this shorter intro, comment down below. Let me know if you prefer the longer intro of me going more into depth about the canon of loop stitch experiments and why certain experiments fall into certain categories. Comment that down below. But I don't know. I think this is a fun way to make the videos not just so repetitive. So the first 5 minutes of each video aren't just the exact same thing, and we can get into the good stuff. Anyways, today's experiment is number 048 Echo. Echo has to be one of my favorite experiment designs so far, but it's not one that I came up with alone. So, in chronological order, I think this is my 31st fan created cousin in the lineup. One of the most rewarding parts of this project has been talking to and getting to know other artists from this sort of niche community. That includes an incredible artist by the name of Kevin Costantino. Am I saying that right? Um, no, there's absolutely no chance. I'm always very confident that I can read things until I actually have to read things out loud. And it turns out that is not the case. So, anyways, they sent me files of each experiment in the lineup, including every unconfirmed one, right? I love their work. It is honest. It's so good. It's so good. And they want it to be included in this project. So that's what I'm doing here. I've mentioned before in previous videos, but it's important to me that throughout this project, this is going to take me a lot of time, take Leo's library a lot of time to come up with stories for each experiment, backgrounds for them all, designs for them all. And I am fortunate where I have a decent enough following where I don't know, maybe by including these other artists into this project, they will get maybe more recognition and a bit more of a following. And yeah, I don't know. I want this to be a community wide thing and not just like a me thing because I think that's fun. Anyways, I'll throw the original drawing up on the screen now, and it's going to stay up for the rest of the video for you guys to check out. So this was initially drawn to be Experiment 273 Boombox, but I couldn't wait. I really wanted to show it to you guys as soon as possible, so I found a name that sort of works for it, and I just threw it in that slot. Got pushed to the front of the line, if you will. So, a bit of a disclaimer. My final design is very similar to Kevin's drawing, but not identical. Changes were made, but not because anything was wrong with the original sketch, but because I wanted to add my own flair. And I believe that these tiny changes and tweaks help to make them visually fit within my own experiment lineup. So that's what I did. I had two goals in mind for these changes. Number one, make it as simple as possible without losing any of its character and charm. Number two, brighten things up a bit, make it lighter. The original drawing had four antennae. They were so cute, but they made it look more busy than what I was looking for, so they got the boot. The same goes for the dangling set of ears. Oh, and I also shortened the tail. I made it more of a nub, similar to Stitches. Lastly, I made the body structure more compact, basically shrinking the neck and leg length. Oh, and I changed the shape of the eyes a little bit. They look a little more squinted now. As for the colors, I used a warmer tone of red for most of the body. Then I took away all the black patterns. I mentioned this in an earlier video. I think for Carmine, I want to say it's experiment 009, but I could be wrong. I believe I think it's Carmine. I'm pretty sure it's Carmine. I mentioned that I don't really like using black for experiments except for rare occasions. It just it could be really tricky to utilize that color effectively within this lineup. A lot of Lilo and Stitch experiments are very bright and bubbly, and black just makes that harder to convey. So I instead swapped out the black patterns here for a darker tone of red. Then where this drawing already had darker tones of red, like around the eyes and around the chest, I swapped it with a lighter shade instead. One of my favorite parts of this drawing, and honestly the thing that made me so in love with it in the first place, were those horn speaker things on top of their head. It looks like samples, experiment 258s from the show, and I always love having different aspects of canon experiments sort of sprinkled in throughout these earlier versions as sort of prototypes of the more famous cousins that we will later come to know. With that being said, I changed the color, I made them more blue, and on the inside, I made it look more rigid, sort of like, I don't know, maybe a pair of headphones or a speakerphone. It was just a small change, but I really like it, and, yeah. So why was Echo created? In my brain, he was initially designed to emit soothing ambient noises, but unfortunately, the noises Echo emits tend to be more creepy or unsettling than soothing. And here he is. Experiment 048 would debut in the episode named Sounds Like Trouble, and he would be activated when an electric ukulele player knocks a bottle of water onto the pod near his amp. The episode synopsis would be as follows. Something strange is echoing across Kokaya Town, from jungle roars in the library to thunderstorms in the grocery store. Familiar places are suddenly filled with unfamiliar sounds. As Johanna scrambles to uncover what or who is behind the sonic swirl, Lilo begins to suspect that the culprit isn't causing trouble, but reflecting it. When the trail leads to a mysterious new cousin with a gift for transforming emotion into sound, the gang must decide whether he's a threat to silence or a voice that deserves to be heard. Echo's one true place would be at the Kokai Town Community Theater Club. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, or honestly, even if you didn't, be sure to like and subscribe. Every like and follow, it really does help a lot. I'm really trying to stay on top of posting. It's so difficult. I have so much trouble with it. I always have problems, whether it be uploading or like even just editing randomly, it'll stop. I've had a problem before where it just kind of got rid of what I had edited. So I don't know. I'm so bad at this. And not to mention the audio problems I've been having. So please like and subscribe. It's gonna encourage me to keep posting, guys. Aside from that, if you guys want to see more of my artwork, go check me out on Instagram over at Troy the Art Boy. And while you're over there, go check out my friend on Instagram as well, over at Lilo's Library. And yeah, I have an Etsy. I sell some stickers. And if you guys want any stickers of the designs I've come up with throughout any of these videos, just reach out, let me know, and I can try to figure something out for you guys. Let's see, what else do I have going on? I do have a Patreon. I don't know what's happening. I've tried to upload the last 3 videos on Patreon. They take hours and hours and hours to load, but then it doesn't actually get uploaded. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I have no idea. But I'm gonna get that figured out. So I have a Patreon if you guys wanna go follow me over there. Um, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you will see me in the next one. Bye.